Good morning and welcome to a very unique day in my life as a medical student, where for once I'm not sitting on my butt all day and I actually get to do a history and physical exam on a standardized patient. That said, there is very little time to waste in this hectic day, which starts off as it usually does with a couple of necessary evils: morning cardio and morning flashcards. Now, I've never looked forward to either of these things, but I've also never regretted them, and it usually gets me started feeling somewhat good about myself and ready to take on the rest of the day. I've been experimenting with lower intensity cardio for longer periods of time, just because I've had more and more to study in the mornings, but as it turns out, 90 minutes of straight walking still makes you stanky, so I get right into the shower and into my professional dress because I've got a lab to go to and, of course, my physical exam later in the day. It's at this point that I accidentally become a sponsor for Hydro Flask because I don't know why I made this water bottle so prominent in the shop, but we're moving swiftly on. Our breakfast consists of eggs, bell peppers, mushrooms, and spinach. This is a pretty light breakfast in comparison to my others just because this is a rest day, but it's delicious all the same. And perhaps more importantly, I never have to worry about not having time to make breakfast because it's so simple to make and takes such little time. I normally like to enjoy a nice YouTube video in the mornings with my breakfast, but unfortunately I don't have that privilege today. I have to jump into microbiology review before class and pharmacology class at 8 o'clock. I let it slide this time though because I'm excited to go back in person for a microbiology lab, though I have to admit I can't stop myself from wondering if I've forgotten how to socialize entirely. I don't actually come to a comforting conclusion for that thought. I just realize I'm about to be late, so I run out the door and make it just in time, though I didn't have quite enough time to film it, so here's some stock footage that pretty much gives you the picture. We are just looking through the microscope and at questions, trying to understand diseases, like look at these tapeworms, isn't that so much fun? While it's important to be familiar with as many diseases, parasites, etc. as possible, it's hard not to think that you're gonna get infected with all of them as soon as you learn about them. My paranoia compels me to take off all of my clothes and burn them until I realize I can't because I still have to prepare for my physical exam. And this is easily one of my favorite parts of medical school for so many reasons. Number one, it reminds you why you got into this in the first place. And number two, it's just a nice change from all the books and the flashcards. I'll admit it was a little bit weird to practice in front of a camera, but at least we found out that it has perfect vision. You know, now that that's coming out of my mouth, I'm realizing that talking to a camera, performing a physical exam on one, and saying that it has perfect vision is probably the explanation to why I've lost all of my social skills over quarantine, but we're just gonna let that one slide. All jokes aside though, I am a little bit nervous because you never want to make a fool of yourself in front of your attending physician, which is why I look a little bit nervous in here, but I'm happy to say that the exam itself went well. In other words, I managed to go a whole 60 minutes without embarrassing myself. But my work for the day is not done because I still have to write a note for the patient encounter, which means just documenting what happened. And in typical fashion for me, I totally overthink the assignment and end up spending way too much time on it. I'm not quite done with my work for the day, but I decide to do my nighttime routine anyway because at this rate, I'm gonna finish way behind schedule. So this way I make sure that all of this stuff is done anyway so I can go to bed feeling refreshed no matter how much time it takes for me to finish my work, because otherwise I'm almost certainly skipping these steps and just crashing right onto my pillow. Also, I could just really use the break at this point in my night, so it's perfect for a lot of reasons, at least in my opinion. But at this point, we make our final push trying to be productive with whatever we have left to do, and for today, that's research. It's not the most high intensity stuff for tonight, which makes it perfect, because at this point, I'm pretty sure that 95% of my brain cells have either shut down entirely or they're taking some sort of vacation. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Take care and peace, y'all. Bye-bye.